Hey folks, welcome back to week 2 with the producers. These folks that you're going to talk to today have produced stunning video, audio, social media, and all the rest, as well as produce this podcast for you every week. So welcome back, Ethan and Chris. How are we doing today?
Hey, we're doing awesome, man.
Yeah, we're doing fine.
All right, there you go. So let's get right into it.
Radiating from the Lone Star State and stretching from coast to coast and border to border, this is OnRadio, the weekly download from your family of companies: CMS Wireless, Enertech, ET Tower, Legacy, and Mountain Wireless. Welcome to OnRadio.
So, we kind of covered the podcast, and when we briefly touched on social media. Chris, I know that you are engaged, and out of all of our 5 Ontivity companies, Legacy was kind of the first one that launched social media, but that's changed as well, has it not?
Yeah, I think that the other entities have picked up where we started, and they're seeing a lot of growth in their followers on their social media channels as well. And, you know, we're helping. And recently, Ethan and I were down in Texas and in Louisiana doing some filming down there to create some content for them to put out on their video channels as well, to kind of show them what can be done. And so we've got some footage that we shot, and that's going to be kind of cool once those launch. But I think we've started something that's going to get some momentum and continue to grow, which is exciting.
Yeah, and just to give folks context, we started with 0 followers, and now we're in the, close to 30,000, aren't we, across all the entities?
Something like that, yeah. I mean, one of the things about social media now is that you can look and see how many people are following you, and when they follow, and when they watch, and how long they watch, and it gives us a lot of measurement tools that we didn't have before. And so we try and look at, on a regular basis, how our followers have been growing across all the entities, and that's been fun to see that grow as well.
So Ethan, we started as Facebook, and then we got into what are all the places where we exist? Where did we plant and the roots are drilling down deep and we're growing? I know that Twitter is an obvious one, and that's a slow grower. But what else is out there?
Facebook is a big one, and what's kind of connected with Facebook now is Instagram, and so Instagram is a pretty rapidly growing platform as well. It's interesting how many people actually don't have Facebook and are on Instagram though instead, and so that wow. sort of base is growing. Then we are we are expanding pretty fast on YouTube, and just kind of fleshing that channel out and really making that a good face and a good one-stop place for all of our videos.
Yeah. And that's cool, because all of our videos can be found on one channel across all 5-6 entities, right?
Yeah, so they can find all the videos in one channel, and then we have playlists for all the different companies on there. And so if someone's like, hey, I just want to see what Mountain's up to, they can go on there and they can watch through the Mountain playlist, or I want to see what Legacy's up to. Obviously, there seems to be there is a weighted difference between how much content is made for the different companies right now, because, well, frankly, Legacy's been at it a lot longer than a lot of the other entities. But
so sticking with the social media part of it rather than just the video, there's more than Instagram. And what else is out there, Chris?
Well, we've got LinkedIn. Mm-hmm.
And that's LinkedIn, we're huge there, aren't we?
Yeah, we're big on LinkedIn. That's more targeted towards a business type of leadership. And then Instagram, of course. But and one of the things that these channels have allowed us to do relatively recently, is putting our videos up there as well. So I mean, it's not just a social media post that's a static photograph, but we can also put our videos up there on Instagram under Instagram Reels, and then on LinkedIn, they've got the ability to have video on there as well.
So if you had a request of our people, it would be this: go on Facebook and like us, and go on Instagram, and what do they do? Follow us there, or like us?
Follow us. Yeah.
Okay, and then go on, and don't do this just for like ET Tower. Do it for all 5 entities. You want to hear from all of us, and you're going to see cool information not only about our company but our people, and it's going to come out on a regular, daily basis. You're going to see stuff, and as this change happens, then they want to go on LinkedIn, and what do you do there? Do you follow, or do you like, or what do you do?
Yeah, you follow on LinkedIn, and you liked on LinkedIn as also, and you can repost.
All right.
And that's the other thing. If you see something that you like that we've done, you repost it, and that way it goes out to it's logarithmic in how it goes out, because if you repost and someone sees that and you repost and then they like, and then you like, and they like what you like, it kind of grows that way, and that's
we all like one another.
Yes. A big love fest, right? Going on.
Oh boy, yeah. Well, and those smart people are back there writing those logarithmic equations so that we can actually get our word out, because our job, go back to the beginning, is communication. So now let's talk about the exciting stuff, video, because video is, other than podcasting, video is the new communication medium. And there are very specific parameters we set, because our video, as Ethan said, goes back a long ways. We started in 2019. In our very first year, we produced 13 videos. And that was just me and Scott. And that's a lot, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because all I did is say, hey, do a video about that. And he said, well, you're in it. And I'm like, why? And he said, because we don't have anybody else. Everybody else is working.
Yeah.
So we did it that way, and we did 13 videos. But if you look at our channel specifically, and help everybody understand, Ethan, this is all on YouTube now, correct?
Yes. You can find all of our videos on YouTube, and yeah, give us a like, give us a subscribe when you're on there. Give us a comment. Like if you've got ideas, if there's something that you're like, you know what, you could do this better. Like, we like that kind of feedback. And if it's also just like, you guys are awesome, that's even better. So yeah, but you can see a lot of our videos. Yeah. We have a lot of videos on there. We're starting to flesh out our shorts as well. And I know shorts are sort of on the rise with the whole rise of TikTok.
Okay. So help us understand, what's a short?
So a short is short, right?
You're killing me, Holmes. Short, is short. It's a short video. So what does that mean? It's under how long? Like 10 seconds, or?
Yeah, no, and that's the crazy thing is like there's a thing called a short before, where it was a short film, but those could be anywhere from like 15 to 5 minutes long. But when we talk about shorts in this context, we're talking about, I think it's usually like a minute or shorter. They're usually always vertical framed, kind of like your cell phone. And
so you hold it up and you can see the short. Yeah,
and they're sort of a completely different art form, and it's kind of messy. So it kind of, for some of us perfectionists, it's kind of like, oh, come on, like that seems so unprofessional to do a video like that. But it's kind of just one of those run and gun new forms of media that we old guys, I guess, I don't know, I'm the youngest guy here in the room, but
yeah, by a few decades.
Have to get used to.
Ethan went to 4 years of film school to make a short.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and we forgot to tell people that the guys that I'm hanging out with here are educated in terms of the communication medium. I mean, they've got like higher education and some self-taught education, and then there's training by trauma, which we go through on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, as we approach, there's a really cool story. We're going to rebrand, and we're going to rebrand to solve some market confusion issues. And so we went from Enertech Holdings to Ontivity. And when we rebranded that, we did it with a video. And this was like Ethan's, it was kind of your baptism into this is, I've got good news and I've got bad news, because we took our video that we first produced and we took it to Eric Chase, and he said, I don't hate it, almost. which is really, I hate it. And so we had to do it over. And he said, hey, I want to be involved in this. And I'm like, no, you've done enough. Stay away. And I mean that in a good way, because we really wanted to make sure that we pleased him. And more than that, when we rebranded, we want to rebrand and be perfect. And perfect is good enough. And we all recognize that. We came up with a killer video. I mean, yeah. It is like out of this world. The old one was, in all fairness, was pretty good. I still haven't seen that online, and I want to. I think somebody said we should use it as an introduction video, but at the end of the day, I think we should just get all of our videos up on our channel. And some of them, we could look at those and say, hey, maybe it's time for a remake. But we did a fantastic job of rebranding a company in a very short amount of time, with all internal staff. And now, where do we go from here?
Up, I suppose. Yeah, we want to continue to make cooler things and more awesome things. And it's going to be hard to top that particular video. And it was kind of one of those perfect storms where we were able to get everybody on board to do it and create something that was truly epic, and then we were able to show it in a really, really cool venue. And I've got a lot of ideas, and I'm sure Chris has a lot of ideas too, but I don't know, we're gonna have to get them okayed before we get rolling with them. Like, I think it'd be cool to like enter in a festival or something like that and get our name out there to even like a bigger, broader audience. But like I said, we're going to have to get stuff like that okayed before we go for it.
Yeah. Well, we've got some stuff going on that we actually can't even talk about, which is kind of cool because we are changing the face of our industry almost on a single-handed basis. And that is just, it's so amazing. It's so cool. I don't even know how to describe it. When we make the job our folks do, when we make that as cool as a fireman, which we are, then we're helping people establish careers that are not just a job. They're actually, if you look at it across the whole 5 entities, there's a lot of folks who started in wireless, and we did a series on this podcast, Growing Up Wireless, and we also did a series, Legends of Wireless, and we're going to do more of those. But at the end of the day, these videos tell those stories along with all the other messaging that we got going on. And as I'm looking up at we have a big screen here, and I'm looking up at the videos, not only that we have produced, but the ones that are in the pipeline. You guys got a lot of work to do. I mean, get to work. There's 100 videos. At the end of the day, we've produced somewhere in the range of 100 videos now. How do you measure that in terms of success?
Well, there's two ways of looking at it. I mean, you can look at just the numbers, or you could look at the numbers of followers that we've increased over that period of time, starting with 0 and, moving up the ladder to, what do we got? 30,000 followers now or something like that. I'm not sure what the exact number is, but
yeah.
And each one of those followers represents at least 1 view, sometimes 2, sometimes 3, 4, 5, 10 views, depending on what the videos are that they've seen. So it's not just that number, it's that number times times 10, or whatever. If they've watched every video that we've done, it's times 100. So yeah. There's a lot of viewers out there that we don't see on the video side. And then for us, it's rewarding. I'm speaking for Ethan and myself, I think it's very rewarding to be able to go out and talk to our guys and then be able to go back and tell their story in a way that's, in a way that's compelling and interesting for other people. And here's a little side story. We'll talk to somebody for, 25, 30 minutes. But our job is to take that 25 and 30 minutes and break it down so you can get the essence of it in less than 4 minutes, and sometimes 2 minutes. And so that's our job. And sometimes you multiply that times, we're going to be talking to 4 people, for 20 minutes apiece, and still come down with that, 2 minute, 4 minute, mark that we're trying to hit. And so that's the challenge that we have. And so when we come out on the other side of it, it's rewarding to be able to do that and to have people look at it and say, yeah, I get what you do. That's cool.
Yeah. Well, gents, we are known as the producers, not because we produce a whole lot of stuff, but just because it's a cool name. and the stuff that we're producing is communicating to our people how much we value them, how much we value the job that they do, how much we think safety is a core value. Then that has to be expressed in all that we do. And so that's the first message we get out is let's be safe out there, folks. Thanks for joining us on the podcast today. I salute you guys because you guys are the creative geniuses that sit behind the camera, sit behind the computer, sit behind the sound system, and get all this stuff rolling. And we've done a lot of good work, not just for Legacy, not just for the Ontivity family, but even some nonprofits that we've done work for where we're serving a bigger community. And so I just want to say thank you, salute you guys, and let's make some more really cool videos, okay?
Let's go do it.
Let's do it.
All right. So until next Thursday, we should remind our people every time we close the show. We remind them the same way, don't we? Yeah. So Scott got me to do this the first time. He said, hey, we have to come up with a way to close the show that's important. And I'm like, well, yeah, let's come up. And he says, well, it has to be a signature tagline. And I'm like, what is a signature tagline? And he said, well, it's something that you say the same way every time so that people know that the show is over. And I'm like, okay. So when we walk away from this, we say, until next Thursday, folks, let's choose safety today. This is Jim, and I am out.